Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with CarrieVee. I'm CarrieVee, your biggest fan, the person who will believe in you until you can believe in yourself. And even then, I'm going to keep believing in you. Confidence and clarity, leadership, communication. This is what we are talking about on this podcast. Today, we're talking about life and manifestation and how that fits into your confidence level and into your growth as a leader, which you are. You are leading someone, even if it is yourself. If you have a family, you are a leader in your family. You are a leader in your community, in your job. You are a leader at a level. And when we feel like we are less than, we cannot rise up and be the leader that we are destined to become. When we don't have that confidence level, we hold ourselves back. We don't step into those risk opportunities. We don't step into any opportunities. We hang back in fear. We are afraid to do anything. We're afraid to parallel park our car. We're afraid to start a new job. We're afraid to ask for a speaking engagement. We're afraid to apply for that job that we really want. We're afraid to speak up for the things that we need in our own lives. When fear is our driving force, we don't move forward. We don't stay the same. We move backwards. We're either moving forwards or backwards all the time. There's no status quo staying right here. And when fear is driving your life, the train is moving backwards, down a hill, going faster and faster and faster until you decide to take fear off and put it away. And the things that we say about ourselves are a huge determining factor of whether or not our train is moving forward or backwards, the train of our life. Are we moving forward or are we moving backwards? What are we manifesting, calling into being in our own lives? I have been in multiple situations in the last few weeks where either people around me were talking nasty, horribly bad about themselves, or they were bringing it to me and bringing me aware of things that maybe I didn't know about in my own life. Well aware. I was well aware of anything that they would bring out to me. For example, uh, do you know you've got some lines around your eyes? And do you know that, the skin on your neck isn't quite firm? Yeah, I'm aware of the aging process on my body. I'm well aware of it. And if I want advice, I will ask for it, which I do of people I trust. But when someone I don't even know comes up and says, "Hey, I can do something about that," I'm like, "You don't even know me. You have no idea what I have been through. You have no idea of surgeries I've been through, that I have no major hormone maker with my ovaries in my body anymore. They're not there. They're not just declining with age, they're simply gone, surgically removed. Did that affect my physical appearance? It absolutely did. Am I always on a journey of how to stop that effect? Absolutely. But I work with people I trust all the time. But when a perfect stranger comes up to me and says things like that to me, it immediately rocks the foundation of my confidence. Another side effect of that surgery, not just from the surgery, but from choices I made post surgery, all combined into one big vicious ball, was a massive weight gain. Do I know that it's there? Oh, yeah. Every day I know that it's there. Do I struggle with it? You better believe it. But when somebody I don't know comes to me and insists that I watch a video of what somebody eats in a week because that's the way I should eat, and insinuating that I didn't belong in the group I was in because I was not at a perfect size, it rocked the foundation of my confidence. Then, on the flip side, being in many situations where people were tearing themselves down, calling themselves, "Oh, my big body won't fit there," or looking at somebody else and saying, "Hey, you shouldn't eat that cupcake. Why would you go work out if you're going to eat a cupcake?" Just constant constant comments on their own bodies, on other people's bodies, totally shaking the foundation of my confidence. And they were shaking their own confidence foundation as well. This is what's happening. When we are speaking, we are calling into, we are manifesting those things into our lives. For years, for years, I manifested health and wellness. It never crossed my mind that I would not be in bed on time, up at 5, getting my workout in, reading for 20 or 30 minutes, having my devotions. That was my routine. And I called it into existence in my life and I loved it. And then life happened. And as life continued to happen for me, it got harder and harder and harder to get up and take all of that back. Now I realize I'm all over the globe today, but stay with me. We're going to bring it back around and tie it into, put it in a box and tie it with a neat little bow for you to take it out and do something with the information. I just want to give you backstory and background. These days, I am working on taking back me and manifesting what I truly want to manifest in my life. And this really came to light Friday when I was with my doctor, my functional medicine doctor, and we were, well, I say we, but she was putting a hormone pellet into my hip. And it starts with a slight, they numb the spot, and then you have to wait for it to take effect, kind of like when you get Novocaine when you go to the dentist and have work done. And so we were talking while that was numbing up, and she is someone that I can really, really talk to. Now, this is not a debate on whether or not bioidentical hormones are good or not. This is not a debate on that. I have made my choice. I would expect anybody listening to make their own choice, because that is the best way to live your life. Not based on what everybody else says, but making your choice because of your research and your situation. So we were waiting for the numbing to take effect. And I trust her with everything. And I just opened up my heart to her, talking about how I didn't think that I would be living in a larger body again this summer. I've worked so hard, really taking back everything, lifting the weights, taking the steps, choosing the healthy foods. And I really didn't think I would be in this spot this summer again. And I was opening up to her and I said, I just think maybe I should spend this weekend getting rid of all my clothes and just go get what I need. And this stuff that I've loved wearing, that I was hoping to wear again, maybe I should just get rid of it. And she stopped me and she said, why would you call that into existence? Everything you have just told me. And she's very, very compassionate. She said, why would you call into existence? Why would you manifest exactly what you don't want? Because everything that you just said, your brain is starting to believe, and it will start to find ways to make that your reality. So why not instead focus on those things that you are doing? I am focused on and taking steps to improve my overall wellness. Let your body hear how much you appreciate it healing itself from the inside out, that it is taking daily steps to heal itself, and that you are patiently loving it while it takes those steps. Manifest that. It really hit me how much the past few weeks, months have really affected my mindset. And I teach this. I teach this to my clients. The things I was saying and thinking about myself, I would work with my clients deeply on not doing that. And she even said to me, what would you say to one of your clients? And I was like, well, I'm not one of my clients. And she said, you should be your biggest client, your most important client. And you should be your most important person in your life. Because if you're not taking care of you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, if you're not doing that, you can't take care of the people around you. You can't be a great leader to them. There is no way you can be. You won't be confident. You won't be moving forward. Your train of your life will be moving backwards. You have to take time for you, to pour into you, to manifest what you want in your life. no matter what is swirling around you. And I understand that there can be horrible things swirling around you. The last few years of my life are not ones I would ever want to repeat in general, but there were amazing things along the way too. Amazing things. Not too long after I had the surgery to remove my ovaries, our second grandchild was born. That was a great thing in the midst of trauma. Life is like that. You have good and you have bad, and they coexist. Sadness and joy can coexist. Grief and rejoicing can coexist, and many times they do. Christmas time is so hard for so many people because they've lost people they love. And that grief can coexist along with the joy of the people that you have in your life right now. Mother's Day is so difficult for me because I don't have my mom anymore. Not on this plane, not on this earth. But I can coexist with grief on one side and the joy of my children and grandchildren on the other. They coexist. And when we allow them to coexist, when we don't try to separate the two, we can keep our mindset much stronger. But many times we fade to one side, especially to the grief and trauma side. And we stay there and we immerse ourselves there and we can't get out of our own ways. And a train of our life starts moving backwards because it has nowhere else to go at that point. And we let our mind start to take us down a rabbit hole of grief and sadness, and quite frankly, a lot of lies that we start telling ourselves. That somehow we're not worthy if we don't meet a standard that some arbitrary person in the world set. Set your own standards for yourself and then reach for them. You don't have to look like anybody else. You get to look like you. You don't have to think like anybody else. You get to think like you. You get to be you, unapologetically you. That's when your confidence starts to grow. That's when your leadership skills start to grow. That's when your communication starts to open up. When you manifest greatness in your life and let go of the things you are saying to yourself, listen, I know you get up and you look at yourself in the mirror, a lot of you, and start to tear yourself down. We've been taught to do that since we were little girls, and little boys do it too. Turn it off, turn it around, and then start teaching it to the younger people in your life and everybody around you. How damaging that is to you. You are literally calling into existence the things you don't want, and you are tearing down the foundation of your confidence. Manifest what you want in your life. Speak the things you do want. Think about what you do want instead of what you don't want. Start loving every piece of you. My arms may not have muscles on top of muscles right now, but they can hug my grandkids. My legs might be heavier than they have been in 20 years, but I can take my dogs for a walk. I can get out and enjoy the sunshine. Things have changed in my life and it's okay. And that's what I started telling myself all weekend long and moving forward. It's okay that things have changed. This is still the amazing, wonderful life that I have. And as long as I get up breathing every day, then it is my goal to make a difference in the lives of those around me. And I can only do that if I take care of myself first. Manifest what you want in your life. You are worth it. You are amazing. You get to take this journey called life your way. Don't let anybody tear you down. Walk away from conversations that are destructive. And if you're the one having the destructive conversation with yourself, stop. Stop. Speak your truth. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am faith-based, and that is said in the Psalms. That's verbatim. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that full well. God knit me together. and he made me who I am. So if I complain about me, am I telling God he made a mistake? Yeah. So why don't I instead start reminding myself I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. God has a plan for me. You have a plan for your life. No matter what you believe, there is a plan for your life. So instead of thinking about the things you don't want, think about the things you do and start writing them down. Write down your goals, start manifesting them so that your brain knows what to look for. You matter. Your journal prompt today is, what do you want in life? What do you want? Not what you don't want. What do you want? What do you truly want? Say, take some time to think about that. And then take out one of them and write one action step that you can do to start making that a reality. Write it down in front of you every single day, at least one of those things. Give your brain something to look for that you want. And it may take you some time to write down the things you want, because most of us never take the time to think about what we truly want in life. We just go with the flow. What do you want? What do you want? I'm CarrieVee, your biggest fan. I love you. I really do. We're on this journey together. So let's go out there and change the world, starting with ourselves and the person next to us. I love you. Until next time.